Welcome to the football podcast that looks to the game through the eyes of the fans. This is Football in Review, the show where the rivalry on the pitch stops, but the passion never does.
I'm Chris, a proud supporter of Rangers FC, and across the table, across the sea is my friend and arch nemesis, John.
That's right, John here with the red and white pride of Feyenoord in my heart. And the big question today is, of course, who suffered the most or had the most to celebrate over the past week?
From the atmosphere at Ibrox to the magic of Der Kuip, everything in between, we'll be discussing the highs, the lows and the surprises of international football, all from our unique fans' perspective.
So grab a drink, sit back and join the discussion. This is Football in Review. Welcome to the very first episode of Football in Review, everyone. Today, in our inaugural show, we want to briefly explain why we started this podcast. And it's quite simple, really. You hear analysis from experts and journalists everywhere. But what you often miss is the pure, unfiltered perspective of the fans, of the people who live and breathe their club week after week, who feel every minute of the match and who know their club's culture inside and out.
Exactly. I'm Chris, a Rangers fan, and I see football completely different from John, who has a huge passion for Feyenoord. Our love for the game is the same, but our experiences are completely unique, and that's exactly what we want to share. Every week we'll dive into the biggest matches and discuss the news with the most important people there, the fans.
Definitely. We invite a fan of a different club each and every week. From the Premier League to the Bundesliga, from Spain to Italy, we'll talk about their club, their passion, and the rivalries that drive them. So whether you're a Manchester United or an AC Milan fan, we want to give your voice a platform. And today, we are joined by Ben. Ben, say hi to the listeners and viewers, please. It's great to have you on, my friend.
Hello, thanks for having me. Nice to be on. Nice new show. Really looking forward to it. Looking forward to speaking football, not just FC.
Definitely. Before we take a deep dive into your club, Ben, Chris and myself have something to discuss first, if you don't mind. Because it's time for our first topic of today's show. Chris?
That is the moment of the week. John, what is your moment of the week?
Mate, it's the moment of the week. Well, I actually had an intro for that prepared, but maybe we'll do that next time. But the moment of the week, Chris, isn't like the most fun moment, to be honest, but it was very emotional. So in the Eredivisie this weekend, we had plenty of highs and lows. We'll talk about our club shortly, of course. But the moment of the week was with the match, Go Ahead Eagles versus Ajax. So Go Ahead Eagles is a smaller club in the Eredivisie, but a very old club and a very close club for the community, right? And in the 22nd minute, I was just like casually watching the match. In the 22nd minute, the match got stopped. And I was like, why is the match getting stopped, actually? Nothing actually happened, right? There was a little son. The boy was 2 years old, of a diehard supporter there, who passed away, unfortunately, of course. So what they did is they made a big tribute with him. So they put a big teddy bear into the stands. In the 22nd minute, they put the game off hold. Everyone stepped up and started applauding for him with the big flags with his name on it and stuff. And that was, definitely my moment of the week. Of course, it's a sad moment, but it also shows how football can be. Doesn't matter if it's rivalries, doesn't matter if you're playing for points, if it's the start of the league or it's your final, that football can also very much unite. And I think that was by far my moment of this week.
Yes, John. I mean, that just shows you how, as I say, we all love the game. You know, rivalries get set aside, but we do have this massive passion for the game. And it gets derided sometimes, football, you know, when people do things wrong. But moments like that bring everyone together, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's good, I'm a father these days, right? So I always get emotional when you see things like that. But it's also when you have to tell your kids, what's going on, why they're stopping the match, and you tell that, you really saw they understood as well. So I found that, like I said, something beautiful that football does bring, though. Chris, the moment of the week can also be something funny, though. You have something funny to share? I mean, we could talk about the club's results in a moment if you want to go there.
John, I mean, we should have recorded this before last night, let's be honest. If you want to see anything funny, just look at Rangers' comical defending. I think the funny moment of the week has to be Rangers versus Alloa, and Alloa's first goal, where our right back decided to kick the ball off the head of a prone Rangers player 2 yards from the goal, and it landed in the back of the net. You know, Alloa, who lucky if they get 300 fans, it was a big moment for them at Ibrox, and I think the game finished 4-2. And but fair play. Alloa is my local club as well, so actually I was a wee bit proud to see them play the Wasps at Ibrox.
Yeah, well, that brings me to our second topic of the show, though. Let's see if the intro now starts, right? Because it's time for the fans' perspective. In the next 10 minutes or so, we will discuss the show with a personal recap of our club's week. Sorry, Chris, didn't meant to laugh there, but I did. So we discuss the most recent match, we share our feelings on the key player's performance, and highlight any standout moment. And for you, I put in, or frustrations. How did... well, shall I start first, just to make it easy for you, mate?
Well, it depends if the listeners want to laugh at me or they want to find out about yourself, John. I mean, I'm happy to take it. I'll take it away because I am on fire with what happened last night. So I arrived late back from work. I think it was 8:05, and put the TV on, and Rangers were already a goal down, would you believe? Already a goal down. A long ball over the top. Our centre-back decided he would leave it for the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper was miles away, and the Club Brugge striker delightfully chipped the ball over our keeper. Brilliant. Well done, Rangers. Thanks very much for that. Ruining my Tuesday night already. Then, to make matters worse, we had a corner for Club Brugge, and one of their attackers, I think it was on the penalty spot on his own, and he side-footed the ball into the net from about 1 yard high. So, you know what I mean? I don't know who didn't header the ball, but anyway, he was standing in position there, 1 yard away. And then, to make matters worse, we then lose a third goal, an absolute schemer from a defender who was making his 500th appearance. I mean, to be fair, it was a rocket. But then, so you can imagine, Ibrox is slowly but surely starts to empty a little bit. Fans aren't happy. We've got Russell Martin as our new manager, which a lot of fans didn't want, including myself. I will put it out there right away. I do not want total football. I am not Dutch. I want to see the ball in the box and attacking football. So that's
Proper Scottish way, just love
exactly. Love the ball and let's attack. But here's the thing, John, and maybe Ben can help me here as well. Rangers managers always wear a shirt and tie. Okay? Russell Martin has decided that he doesn't have to wear a shirt and tie. But here's the best of it. Russell Martin, before he was interviewed before the game, had a shirt and tie on, then got changed before the game into his casual clothes, wore a suit, I think it was a sweatshirt as well. But for me, this shows a lack of standards. Rangers is a club that's built on tradition. We have things like the Loving Cup at New Year, and other bits and pieces. There's certain traditions that we would like to leave in the past, which is good. I appreciate that. Let's leave them in the past. But this is a club built on tradition. It's a very much traditional club. And all Rangers managers wear a blue suit and a tie and brown brogues as well. And Russell Martin, for some reason, he is a head coach, to be fair, not the manager, but he does not wear the tie, and it really grinds my gears. So I'm just wondering, is there anything from you? Am I wrong? Am I wrong to be annoyed about this tie situation, or am I in the right? So I'll tell you, Ben, you go first. Tell me what you think.
Do you know what? I don't know too much about Rangers, but I that's something I have actually noticed without even really noticing, that they always, every time I see a Rangers manager, they always have the exact same suit on. So I guess if it's a superstitious thing for Rangers fans, then you have every right to be upset about it. Another thing as well is when you have managers who go to cup finals at like Wembley or something, and they wear tracksuits. That grinds my gears. I cannot stand that. And I mean, if we get into a final of a cup with Ian Holloway, I imagine he's probably not going to wear a shirt and tie. He'll probably wear a flat cap and a hunter's jacket. I can't imagine what he'll wear. But yeah, I'm a big a manager it's an old school. Even with the head coaches these days, I still think if you're the manager on the day, suit and tie. It's got to be. It has to be.
John's laughing there now. I don't know what does your manager wear, John?
Mate, I've not seen someone wear a tie for ages in that. Like even the prime minister doesn't even wear a tie. So I can't expect a manager to wear a tie either, right?
But there must be traditions, John, about your club that you wouldn't want to see changed.
I mean, the colors probably, but that's about it, mate. I mean, I honestly don't care about what the coach wears. I do agree. I get what you're saying, though. Yes, right. But also, you know me, I'm all about innovation, all about changing things around and adopting new styles, etc., etc. That's why we look so different to football. I mean, people that will follow the show for a couple more weeks will probably get to know us there. I'm more of a tactician. You're more of throw it long and score. I'm more of, we can actually play 4-4-2 better with this team. You're like, if they ever decide to 4-4-2, I'm going to burn this place. So this could be something we already start disagreeing on, because I care about what the trainer does and how he speaks and how he presents the team, and not necessarily how he looks. Then again, we have Robin van Persie, of course, as head coach these days, or head manager. He would look beautiful and everything, honestly. So it doesn't really matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
It would actually look a bit weird seeing him in a suit. But I've never seen him in a suit before.
But when your managers go to the cup final, do they wear a suit? I mean, it's a tradition. For instance, if you think...
Tradition for you guys. For us, it's not. No.
So I mean, if you think about the FA Cup, and Ben might be a bit too young to this, you've got the famous one with Liverpool. I think it was the white suits, wasn't it, that they wore? If you ever look it up, the Liverpool white suits and that. So it is a tradition, particularly for FA Cup time, when it used to be the biggest game of the season, the FA Cup down in England. And everybody wore a suit, and the manager's expected to wear a suit, and he wears a carnation in that as well. But for me, it's tradition, John, and I'm annoyed not only with playing rubbish football.
Would it be a discussion if you won, though?
It would still annoy me, John, because for me it's a downgrade on standards. I know there's a lot of fans don't think. A lot of fans think the same as me, but for me it's the standards of this club are not being maintained when the manager himself cannot maintain the standard of wearing a suit.
No man's bigger than the club.
Yeah, and the thing is, John, I bet we didn't expect to be talking about suits on our first ever episode here of Football in Review, but I'll keep quiet now. Rangers are terrible. Hopefully we make a big a change come St Mirren away in Paisley this Sunday coming. But John, tell us about your club.
Well, I just wanted to say that it's you're starting off really bad, though, because I actually asked you to wear a Rangers top today on the first episode, and you didn't even want to do that after last night.
No, I'm rocking our I feel like I'm cheating on Foot and Review being on the show today. So I thought what I'll do is I'll wear our Crete top from this year's trip. So
yeah. So for anyone that's new to us, we also do a long running FC video game show about digital football. Almost coming up with a 700th episode now, and Chris is wearing the jerseys we wear on events there. It has blue in it. So,
yes, it does.
I mean, it probably has to do for now. So talking about Feyenoord, right? This has been a weird week. We got destroyed by Fenerbahce last week, so no Champions League for us. I mean, all I can say is there were a lot of individual mistakes, not only by one person, but a lot of individual mistakes. We actually lost 5-2, but the last two goals were in like the last 3 minutes or something. We won 2-1 at home, so actually it was still really close until that one goal happened. Wasn't necessary, I think, but might be best for the club because we sold so many over the summer. I mean, we lost Jimenez last winter already, of course. We didn't get a new striker back. We sold Hansko, which is by far the best player I've seen at Feyenoord in my life so far, which is he went to Atletico Madrid, of course. We lost Paixão, who was the top scorer last year. We did buy some new players, definitely, but it's still a really fresh team. So I think Europa League at the end of the day isn't that bad if you don't count the financial consequences for that. But good thing is Feyenoord never calculates the budget based on European challenges. So it doesn't hurt the club not doing that. It just benefits them less being in Europa League, right?
Mm-hmm.
That saying, so we went in a bit of a hangover into one of our derbies. Rotterdam has 3 clubs playing in the Eredivisie this year, which means we have 4 derbies this year, which is pretty cool. And this was the first one against Excelsior. So Excelsior's it's a small club. It's a really healthy club. They are well managed, but like they have 14 or 15 contract players currently. And the striker, which is a cool story, is actually not on the contract. He's playing on amateur base, so he gets fees, but not a salary yet. That's how good the club currently is. They lost the first match 5-0, which thought like this is a good match for Feyenoord to get the revenge from the Fenerbahce match. So Van Persie sent them out with the same squad, and 15 minutes in, we were 1-0 down, which sort of sucked. I mean, before the match was halfway through, we were having a 2-1 lead, and in the end, we won 2-1 on the skin of our teeth, to be fair. So the football has been horrible. The first match was all rightish. The second match against Fenerbahce was properly poor, and this match was decent, but we expected more. Let's put it like this. The weird thing is we've got 6 points out of the first 2 matches, which has been a long time since we actually did that. So result-wise, I'm really happy. Play-wise, I am not very confident this is something we can push through with. The good thing is Feyenoord had asked for dispensation upcoming weekend, because if we would have made Champions League, we would have the next week as well. So we're not playing this weekend. So we actually have 2 weeks to, train a lot. And hopefully in our next derby, which is right after the break in 2 weeks now, against Sparta Rotterdam, I hope it looks a little bit better and not only get 3 points, but also see some proper football going.
I mean, you are there in third place in the league, ahead of Pax Swalla and PSV. And who is at the top, John? I'm not going to butcher my Dutch. Go and tell us who's at the top of the league.
I think it's NEC, yeah.
And what's the second?
NEC.
And what's the other one? Is it
It's Nijmegen.
Nijmegen.
Yeah.
Are they a big club? Or you expect?
They're a very old club.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can compare them the most, what I said just now with Go Ahead Eagles. Really cool team. They've got lots of cool players that grew into becoming good players. Lasse Schöne, for example, is one who also played at Ajax later on. It is a fanatic club, so it's always sold out. They never have financial problems. They've got a good manager behind that, a good director, good investors. It's a really solid team, but of course, we'll see them end somewhere in between 7 and 12, I suppose. Mm-hmm. But good start nevertheless, and played some proper football the first match as well. So cool young team they've got. But of course, I don't think we'll see them in 10 matches. Then I'm not confident about that.
And do you feel that this could be Feyenoord's year? You've sold a fair few players there, or?
Yeah, that's sort of the issue, right? Sold a lot of players. We also bought very well, though, I think. So, we bought Sam Stein, who, of course, is the new number 10. He actually plays with number 14, but that's a different story. The shirt I'm actually wearing has his name on the back, so that's how confident I actually am. Already scored 2 goals in 2 matches. So, that's pretty good. And the only thing I'm very uncertain about is our striker. Ueda's the striker at Feyenoord, or striker of the national team of Japan. He's never, I don't think he's, like we came from Jimenez, who's a different class, right?
Yeah.
Almost won, I think 0.9 goals a match, basically. Ueda, if he makes 0.5, I think that's high. So I doubt he'll make that. Although first 2 matches, he scored twice now as well. So maybe it is his year. But there's a weird thing going on with Feyenoord, that we have 6 truly amazing midfielders now. And I think Van Persie has a little bit of trouble managing that. For example, Quinten Timber, the brother of Jurgen Timber, is at Feyenoord. He's in his last year. He doesn't want to extend his contract currently. He was the captain. He said he wanted to actually go to the Premier League. Feyenoord doesn't want to sell him, but they took off his captainship already because of it. So that's a hard one to do. We have Moder, which is a terrific player. A bit lucky to get him. Wang was had an amazing season last year. Valente, of course, new talent. I think that's one of the talents you'll see in 5 years and that's some player. And of course, We also have Sam Stein, who's of course the new captain and scored twice already, and is by like, I think he might be the biggest transfer we've ever made incoming so far.
Right.
So yeah, there's a lot of competition on midfield. But as Feyenoord used to play is 4-3-3, so there's no place for everyone either. So that might be either an issue unless Timber goes away. So that's the striker position, and the midfield battles is what I'm sort of worrying about. And of course, like Paixão and Hansko, you can't. I don't think these are replaceable players.
Yeah.
So, and I thought the same with Jimenez. They say they want to become champions. Van Persie is constantly saying that as well. They want to go for the title, which I mean does well actually saying that. I think a second place should be on the cards.
With
like this.
PSV being champions again, do you think?
I do think PSV is. They sold up a couple of players, but they bought in really well once again. Perisic is one amazing player, way above the level in the Eredivisie, of course. Solid team, solid structure, way higher budgets.
Yeah.
I think that might be just a tad level too high currently.
Yeah. I've seen that they sold Lang and Tillman, haven't they? They've sold Lang and
Yes,
Tillman.
and of course Tillman is a terrific player, but he was also making a midfield, like same with Feyenoord now currently. He wasn't the most easiest player to play with, I think. And Lang is a outstanding, exceptional talent, but not very good in the group if he's not playing, or if he is playing, he might not give you the ball either.
Right.
And I think the chemistry in the team is much better this year by the looks of it. The Serginho Dest, right back from PSV, fit again. People might know him from Barcelona. That's a really good player. Also way above the level of everyone else in the Eredivisie, I think. So, yeah, it's going to be hard for everyone else to keep up with them.
Yeah.
And the results show that as well, though, so far. So, Chris.
Yes.
I think that's been, that's been our moment of the week. And, of course, from a fan's perspective, I think it's, do you think it's about time we go into the core of the show now?
Definitely. Let's do it.
All right. Then it's time for the fan of the week. Ben, you finally get to talk, my friend. In the next 15 to 20 minutes or so, we will talk about you and, of course, your club. And if you are watching or listening to the show, this could also be you. Send us a message. Ben sent us an awesome story. I could read that story, Ben, but I think it's much more fun letting you, tell us the story. Can you tell us who you are, who do you support, where you're from, why you support them, and then we'll just shoot some random questions about you and your club your way, if you don't mind.
Yeah. So my name's Ben. I'm from Swindon, support Swindon. Always been a Swindon fan. I don't think there's been anyone else really. Can't remember how old I was. That's how young it was. I was trying to see if I could find a picture of me in a really old kit in my back garden with an old David Beckham haircut. But Dad taking me to my first game when I was a really young boy, and I remember at the time thinking it was like the best thing ever. And going to school the next day and wanting to talk to all my friends about it, and no one went. Like no one went to that game, and they all support. United and Liverpool, all these Prem teams, and I've got no one to talk to Swindon about. But at the same time, I didn't mind it because then it kind of felt a bit more like a bit more personal, a bit more original, I guess. I've never really supported a Prem team. Swindon were in the Prem, but that was way before I was born, so I can't claim that. But I just love going to games. I just prefer it to, going to the pub. And I like going to the pub and watching like Premier League games and internationals and stuff. But, going to the game, with my dad. I've been going with my dad for, I said it on the last one I was on. I think it's about 22 years in a row we've been in our seats. The lady who sits in front of me always jokes and says that when I first went, I couldn't even see above the little handrail thing on, because we sit right on the stairs. I sit right on the stairs. I couldn't see above it. Every time there was a ball going around, I used to have to kind of turn my head and try and look around it. And now I've just sprouted over it. So I've known them. They all seem like family around me. This area of season ticket holders around us. They're brilliant. No one's changed. It's always been the same people. And yeah, it's nice. It's nice to go to football. Even sometimes like when my dad can't go and my friends don't want to go and watch Swindon, so I can't give my season ticket or his season ticket away to anyone else. So, but it's nice to go even if I go on my own. I can still talk to these people and ask them how their week's been, and ask them if they want a chip or I've just bought, or anything like that really. But yeah, it's all about going to the games for me, and like before the games, meeting up with friends and stuff. But my friends I eventually met that support Swindon, going to away games and stuff. That's just it's bread and butter for me. I couldn't think of anything better to do on the weekend really.
Just on that then, just because we have got international listeners, where is Swindon itself in the UK? So people get an understanding.
So Swindon,
including me, actually.
Yeah. So yeah, Swindon's in the southwest of England, in between London and this little place called Bristol, just down the road. Not so little, but yeah, we're in League Two. We've been in League Two for quite some time. I think the highest I've seen Swindon finish in my lifetime is, I think it might have been third place in League One. So the playoffs in League One is the highest I've seen us go. And we've just been, yo-yoing between League One and League Two my entire life. So it'd be nice to get a championship run for a while. Even if we get relegated in the first season, I'll take a championship run.
No, so for people who know, that is the kind of bottom left, isn't it? Then, if they looked at the UK, you're at the bottom left, not far from Wales. Would I be right in saying that it's not a million miles away from Wales?
Yeah, it's about an hour away from the other side of the bridge from us. We don't talk too much about those fans. But.
So
I know I gotta ask next time for to come on the show, though.
Not a Newport fan. Don't bring a Newport fan on it.
So I which colours do they play, Ben? I have no idea.
Oh, so Swindon play in red and white. It's mainly red, but like with white,
you're pleased, John, then doing that. Then it sounds
Definitely.
like Feyenoord.
Yeah, I was
red
afraid
and
he was
white
going to
kit
say blue.
it's the nicest. I do love a red and white kit. We've got a little bit of gold on our kit this year, which don't know why. We've not won the league or anything, but go ahead. If it looks nice, just whack it on the kit, I guess.
And then just so what is the nickname of? I looked up. To be fair, I did the fun facts of Swindon Town. So I know when you were first created, but there was two nicknames, and I wasn't sure. I wouldn't want to insult you. So what is the nickname of the club?
So it's the Robins.
The Robins, right?
Robins.
Okay.
What was the other one?
The Railwaymen, and I thought that was maybe
yeah. Not a lot of people. Yeah, sort of go. I think we go mainly by the Robins just because it's on our badge. We got a big Robin on our badge. But then again, we also have a train on our badge, so that would make sense to call us the Railwaymen as well. But yeah, it's because Swindon was. I couldn't think of the year, but Swindon was basically formed from people in London moving to this place where they created the railway. Pretty much, the railway in the UK was pretty much founded in Swindon.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a big sort of hub for Londoners. So you get a lot of people whose family originate from London. That's why you have a lot of Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, like their nans and granddads, and their dads. They're all based from London. My grandparents came from. He said immigrated from. They came from Dagenham, which is Essex way.
Yep.
Which is far east London. My granddad was an Arsenal fan, but they moved to Swindon way in the early 90s. I'm not too sure. But obviously my dad grew up in Swindon, and he got taken to it by my granddad, even though my granddad wasn't a Swindon fan. And that's how he got into it. And then he obviously had me, his perfect ray of sunshine, and thought, I'll take him to Swindon now, so he can let 11 men run around the pitch and negotiate his mental health for God knows how long in his life. So,
So so far this club has been growing on me in the last 10 minutes, Ben, because red white. I mean, that's good. I love the story, but right. It sounds like a hard-working club with the railroad and stuff. That sounds sort of Rotterdam, the harbor, and the best thing is my daughter is called Robin, and you got a Robin on the kit. I need a junior kit from them actually now. If the guys from and girls from the marketing team in Swindon is watching, send us our way. But so far so good. But then the real questions come on, Chris. For me, you go to the match every single week, Ben.
Yeah, season ticket, and we try to do as many away games as we can. I've done every one but one this season so far. So yeah, every week
all 2 matches.
Yeah, it is. I try squeeze them in as much as I can. We had a work due on Saturday. I couldn't miss that, so I missed a trip up to Oldham. It was Oldham. I've done Oldham a few times before, so I'm not missing out too much. But.
Because I'm wondering, and this might be the most important question of all the questions we'll be asking you guys during this season about every single club, and we might actually have run a competition here, Chris, for this one. Because how much, if you go to a home match, is a pint, and how much does a pie cost you?
It's funny you say that. Actually, last night I got a pie and a pint from this. They've got a new bakery in Swindon. They've opened it up right in the corner. It's called Maisie's Bakery. I think that's what it's called. I was trying to look for it before the game, but I'm so sorry if I got that wrong. Maisie's Bakery in the corner of the Don Rogers stand, and they do a pie, mash, gravy in a big bowl with a pint for a tenner. It's just, yeah, you can't get any better than that, really. It's a full-on dinner and a pint. You just sit there, just watch the players warm up and just enjoy your pie.
Well, Chris had to put this question on the right, just a little context, right? Because the first time I went to Scotland to watch a football match, Chris took me to Hearts, which was an amazing experience. I'm not going to lie, it was a pretty bad match, but the experience was really cool, right? And he says, like, we go get a pie in halftime. But at the Netherlands, we don't do pies at all. So for me, I was like, why would I get a pie? I don't have anything to celebrate. Like, no, it's not like a cake. You should just ask for a pie. It's really Scottish. So I'm like, okay, sure, man. So I went down to the little stand thingy. Like, hello, can I get a pie, please? I was like, a what? Like one of the Scottish pies. It's like, yeah, it's good. I've got 2. I'm like, I had really trouble actually getting the accent back then. So like, okay, what's in it? And the girl was like, doesn't matter. It's Scottish. I'm like, okay, just give me a pie. And it was honestly really, really good. And now whenever I go to Feyenoord, I'm like, I wish they had pies.
Yeah.
But then again, we have croquettes, and you guys don't even know what it is. So
I've
there
never
is a difference there.
That is so posh, John. You've got croquettes. What's in
Oh,
it?
mate, it's something. Whenever you guys come over, that's something you get. You get a croquette from me. But that's something different. So this question has to go on. But a tenner for a beer and a pie.
That's not bad.
Sounds like a pretty good deal.
I'm
huh?
pretty sure it was. Yeah, I think from what I remember looking at the score. Do you know now it's all on your phone, and she just held it out. She held out the card machine in front of me. I just tapped it with my phone. I'm pretty sure it was a tenner. I think I would have been alarmed if it was any more, to be honest.
Well, you haven't been to Feyenoord yet, so I mean.
Probably more
We
than
get a
that.
sit-down meal at Feyenoord, apparently.
Well, no, those are expensive. And Chris, just a little bit of rant between things now, okay? I'll just switch sides again to the other red and white club. Feyenoord has like more things for catering this year at the Kuip, which is good because it's been insanely hard. Like not hard, but it's been too busy getting a beer or anything like that, right? They have opened more. It's a little bit different, but it's still not very efficient. I don't think like people say the Dutch are known for efficiency. At least that's what you keep saying about me, Chris. But that's not the case in the Kuip. So last week went there. He said, okay, I want to get a water, right? And the guy in front of me ordered like I think a sandwich, something. I don't know. Like say a sandwich with cheese, whatever. So he ordered a sandwich with cheese. The guy takes the order, looks back, gives the guy the ticket. And instead of asking me, can I help you? He just waited for the sandwich to be done to give him the sandwich, where I'm like, 3 minutes later, can I get a water? Oh yeah, here you go. I mean, there's still some wins to be made there. It takes. I have to be at the stadium like 90 minutes earlier these days to be in time in my seat with a drink, and that's how bad it currently is. But hey, and it's actually not so cheap. I think it's almost €5, 4.50 or something for water. So,
Wow, man,
yeah,
that is expensive. That is well expensive.
it's quite bad.
We are surprised that you eat a sandwich at the football, though. Both Ben and I are looking, going, "What's going on?" You know.
Oh, we were asking for pies, but they didn't have them.
They have a pie. You need to get a pie, mate. And just if people are wondering what is in a Scottish pie, it is spicy and it is mutton that is in a Scottish pie. So an old sheep is what is in there.
It's lovely. It's one of my favourites, actually.
They're nice, mate. It's nice. So, Ben, you've already told us you're a regular goer to the game. So just explain, what is your match day routine?
Well,
Eat pies.
yeah. Well, they've just bought out a stone baked pizza place outside the county ground as well. So yeah, you can get a stone baked pizza. So my pre-match routine may change slightly, but it's no. But for now,
This club I really dig currently, Chris. It's getting better and better and better.
Yeah. So do you walk to the ground? How do you travel to the ground, first of all?
Depends what mood I'm in, really. I guess depends who we're playing.
Private.
But it's only about a 10-minute drive down the road from here.
Yeah.
But I have a friend who lives. The county ground is right in the middle of the town, and opposite the Magic Roundabout, the famous Magic Roundabout. If anyone doesn't know what the Magic Roundabout is, it's one big roundabout with about 8 roundabouts around it. Don't really know how to describe it. It's got so many T-junctions in it, but yeah, there you go. Just you have to Google a picture of it. It's absolute chaos.
Nobody drives there.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny trying to watch the coaches get over that. Actually, that's good fun. It's always fun to watch. But yeah, I have a friend who lives pretty much down the road from the county ground. He lives a 2-minute walk from it, if anything. So we like to, if there's an early kickoff, if Swindon isn't the early kickoff, I'll go over to his with some friends and we'll have some beers. There's a shop just down the road from him as well, so we'll get a crate of beers in. If I'm not driving, obviously, we'll get some food in before I have the pie, and we'll just watch the early kickoffs, have some bets, just talk about the game that's coming up. He's a Liverpool fan, so I'll say my goodbyes to him and actually support my club instead of watching them on telly. But I'll just say my goodbyes. I'll go to the ground about 45 minutes before kickoff to potentially get a pie. Now it might be part of my new routine, and I'll just go up and sit with Dad. I don't live at home with Mum and Dad anymore, so it's a chance to sort of catch up with Dad. I'll go and sit up with Dad whilst watching the players warm up and have a chat with Dad, have a drink together. It's nice, yeah. I like my little routine, but it's different for away games. Obviously, if it's an away game, you meet probably at about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Just jump in the back of someone's car with a 4-pack of tinnies. Absolutely outrageous time to start drinking in the morning, but it's England, so you got to join in with the culture.
No, definitely. It sounds fun, that, mate. To be honest, it sounds good sitting with your dad.
You said culture there, right? We just learned that Chris hates managers that don't wear suits. Is there anything or like club traditions you hold very dear to?
Yeah. So, like you said earlier, the colours can't change. That has to stay red. I don't think there's ever even been any talk of the colour changing. I think that fans would just be absolutely outraged by it. There's another one. We normally sing Wise Men before the game. Normally everyone will stand up and sing that. So that's a good one, especially if the county ground's packed. If we've got a big game or if it's a cup game and you get a big packed crowd and you're just singing Wise Men before the game, that always gets the hair standing up. Really good, that. I mean, other than that, I can't think. We don't have a specific manager's tie. I can't, at least one that I can't think of anyway.
Not yet.
Not yet. No. We used to have we used to have, so our mascot Rockin' Robin, before the game, he used to I know. Just picture a giant robin walking around the pitch.
We need to Google this, John, I think, don't we, when we're on the show
I
tonight?
had to be on the thumbnail for this one.
One of my friends he was the mascot once, and he didn't tell me. And he asked me where my seat was, and I told him like exactly where my seat was. And then he obviously went to be the mascot without me knowing. And he just ran up the stairs and just started jumping all over me. And I didn't realise who it was. I could see him through the beak. I just realised it was my friend. But he used to, they used to do this thing called Rockin' Robin Hacker before the game. And he would do a dance routine in the middle of the pitch before the players came out to the Rockin' Robin, I don't actually know what the song's called. I think it might just be called Rockin' Robin.
No, there's a song. That's what I said. I think there's a song called "Rock and Robin." I think it's from Chris's youth.
Yeah,
I think it's from 1957 or something.
It's a really old song. Yeah. You do a little dance routine to that. They don't do it anymore. It's so silly, but that used to be like just the little thing that everyone used to sit there and just sort of just nod their heads to. And yeah, that's gone. They don't unless I guess they're not paying him so much anymore. So he's not doing he's not doing a routine anymore.
And so, Wiseman, is that the song? Does the team always walk out to the same song, or do you have something different every time?
Yeah, so we walk out to the UB40 version of Wise Men, if you know it.
Yep, I know it.
Yeah, so they walk out to that, but they do something quite. People find it weird, but I quite like it. It's a nice little sort of touch to our history. Back in the day, when all the railway workers who were living in that area, to wake everyone up in the morning for work, they used to blow out this big foghorn. I think it's a foghorn. I really should know, but it's a big horn that would blow out, and it would wake everyone up, and then they knew it was time to go to work. So just before UB40 starts, they sort of blow that horn as loud as they can over the speakers, and then play Wise Men, and everyone gets up, and yeah, it's good. It gets you really going for the game.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. And just you say you go to away games. What is the furthest away game for you guys when you're down at the? Where do you have to travel to, or even last season's one? Can you remember?
Oh, the furthest I've done, I think, is probably Scunthorpe. I imagine. I think that's the furthest I've done. Obviously, like the last season would have been Carlisle before they got relegated. I've never done Carlisle. It's actually a little bit gutted when they got relegated because I've always wanted to do Carlisle away. It just never fit around my sort of schedule. It takes a long old time to get there, especially for us. I think it's like a 6 or 7 hour drive there, and then you've got to obviously get back. So. That's what I've always wanted to do. Yeah, that's Scunthorpe probably the furthest I've done, unless I can't think about it. I don't think Bolton's as far up as Scunthorpe. I don't think so. And then obviously you've got like the ones that are a bit closer. We've got a lot of really local games this year. Actually, it's quite surprisingly. So you've got like your Newport, who's just down the road. They're only an hour down the bridge. Bristol Rovers and Cheltenham Town. All these games are only within an hour away, which is nice. You can just jump on a train. It's like a tenner, and you just get on a train and get back. But yeah, I haven't. Last season, I didn't do as many away games as I wanted to, but got a good little record this year. Okay, only the one miss so far, but again, works do. Yeah. Can't miss it.
No, and I was just I think we call this the Ajax Celtic question. Who are your main rivals?
I don't want to hear that name ever again.
What, Celtic? I don't blame you.
I'd say for me it's probably Oxford, but you could ask loads of different Swindon fans. Some would say Bristol Rovers, some would say Bristol City, some would say Newport just down the road, because Newport is obviously really close, and they're Welsh, so it's an English it's like an English Welsh sort of rivalry.
Yes.
Yeah. I would say Oxford. I think Oxford. Yeah.
Are they in the same league this year, or are they?
I hope no Oxford fans are listening to this. As much as I want this podcast to do well, They used to be sort of. I'm sure they won't mind me saying they used to be in our shadow a little bit.
That is going to end well.
Yeah,
I
and,
can already tell.
but they've shot past us. They've gone way up to the championship now. I think
Wow.
they had a half decent season last season as well. I must admit, I haven't been keeping up with them this year because I just don't want to look at the championship table and see them up there. It'll break my heart. But yeah, they flew up. Bristol City are up there as well. Bristol Rovers came down from League One this year, so we've got a nice local game this year. So we're treating that as our big game this year. I think Bristol Rovers.
Brilliant.
Still can't go over mascot rock and roll.
Did you see a picture of him?
Yeah. They have the picture. I made. I will put the picture on the thumbnail, I suppose, from this one. But he looks like a proper angry bird.
It's terrifying. It is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, so I was like, my daughter's called Robin. It's got a Robin on their jersey. The mascot's Robin. This could actually be a fun match to join, to go to or get a jersey from. Then I looked up Rock and Robin and might have to wait until she's 18 before going there.
To be fair, John, I actually looked at the price of a ticket to go and see Swindon this weekend. They play Shrewsbury Town, and it's £24, which I thought was actually quite decent value.
Definitely, it's just a shame it cost me a plane ticket as well.
But that was actually quite decent value, £24. You go and see a championship, a second division game. I thought that was pretty decent value.
I think it's pretty cheaper as well if you want to sit behind the goal. It might be like 20. I haven't sat behind the goal at the county ground for a while, but I assume it'd probably be a bit cheaper. But yeah, season tickets are a right price as well. So I think they went up a bit this year, but I'm going to pay it anyway, so I'm not going to moan. But yeah, it's about £400, I think, renewal price as well, which is all right.
That's decent, definitely. But just the last question then we want to ask this is, what could your club do to improve the match day experience?
One thing that's been bugging me in the past couple of seasons is they don't open enough turnstiles. I know it sounds something so small, but when I go to my friend's house before, if I want to leave it a little bit later, if we're having fun around here, I have to leave about at least 20 minutes before the game because it takes so long to get in. I feel a bit bad for them. I think they're a bit understaffed, and the new sort of like scanning system doesn't seem to work too well. So
right,
we just open them a bit more, and it's crazy trying to get in sometimes, especially if you've got a big crowd. It's you can end up sitting outside for a good 20 minutes. I think as well, a big thing that Swindon fans have been asking for. I know you just said about the ticket prices. I think they would want them to be lowered a little bit. Obviously, you can't. I was going to say lower the ticket prices if you get near the game and there's not been that many sold, but then obviously people are just going to wait right until the end of the game, or right before the game, and then just. Yeah. But that ground it's such an old school ground. Obviously, it's just a 4-sided old school ground, and if it's packed, you can get a really good atmosphere going in there. And we've had the games against like Premier League teams in the cup, or title deciders like a first against second, or things like that. And the atmosphere you can generate is brilliant. It really is. Like I have friends that live really far away from the county. They can hear it. Like they can hear it all. Like if a goal goes in, or if like someone just misses a chance and the crowd gives it the over dramatic oof. Normally, like people, they can hear it, and that would be good, I guess. I'm not moaning too much about the ticket prices, but it would be nice to see more fans in the ground. Another thing for me is just a little one for me is I would love them to bring back the halftime entertainment that they used to do. The halftime entertainment that they used to do was absolutely brilliant. They just used to get a fan or two fans from the away team, and then two random home fans, and they would do football challenges against each other at half time, and it was hilarious. It was always so funny. Me and my friend did it once. There's a pub just down the road called the Merlin, and we'd had a few in there just before the game, and it was a wet, rainy day, probably middle of January time, and I'd had a few beers. I got a bit excited, and I got a message from the club on my phone, basically asking if I wanted to come on the pitch at half time and do this halftime challenge. So had a few more for a bit more courage. I've got a video of it somewhere. I'll see if I can put it in the Discord. But it's basically just me against this young lad, and I am not in the best of states, and I have to run on a wet, slippery pitch doing this obstacle course with a football, and then I have to score a 1-on-1 against Rock and Robin in the goal. And my first attempt went straight at him, bounced straight back to me. I sort of caught it on the half volley. It went in, and just out of pure excitement, I ran off to the side and just did a big belly slide in front of the town end, and I was absolutely covered in blood. But I used to love watching the halftime entertainment. They were brilliant. Like you'd get things like that every week. People just playing up to the crowd, and it's just something just little. It stopped people from just going on their phone at half time and looking at the results or their bets or something. It's just nice bit of entertainment.
Oh, brilliant, mate.
And I bet they're still talking about that one, though.
I'll see if I can get a video. It's hilarious.
I'd say we post it on our socials, but we don't have any socials yet. So we will keep this one in the database for socials later.
Keep it in the archives.
Definitely. Ben, thank you so much, man, for joining, but also telling us more about Swindon Town. It's been a pleasure. But we do have one more topic to discuss, and you're happy to chip in this one because, Chris, it's time for the prediction. We always try to end this show on an interactive and fun note. We will each make a prediction for a couple of major upcoming matches with quotation marks over major, I suppose. Ben, you're happy to chip in on this one. Chris actually picked some matches, I think.
Yes, I did.
I picked the Rangers match, which he didn't want to discuss anymore. So I don't have that one anymore. Which matches have you picked, Chris? And do we want to do scores or just the winners here?
So what we'll do, John, is we'll do scores. So 3 points if you get the score completely right, and 1 point if you get the result right. And we'll keep this going for the season. So we'll have you and I against each other and against the fans as well. So the 3 games are Man City versus Spurs, St. Pauli versus Dortmund, and the mighty Swindon Town versus Shrewsbury Town. So I think we all know what way Ben's going to go. So, John, we'll start with you first. Man City versus Spurs. What do you think the score will be?
This is going to be easier the longer the season continues, I suppose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Although, didn't I say last season that Reinders is one of the best football players I've ever seen in real life?
And he scored at the weekend, didn't he?
And an assist, and what a debut, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say, and I'm so sorry for Simon, a dear friend who's listening, who's a Spurs fan. We'll be getting on the show maybe even next week, I suppose. But it's going to be a 3-1 victory for City.
Okay, Ben, for you, Man City versus Spurs.
It's a tough one. I think I may go. I'm going to go 2-0 City, I think.
2-0 City. I think I will go 3-0 City. Sorry, Simon, my good friend.
It's going to be an interesting conversation if Simon joins next week.
Yeah, we've got it wrong. Okay, this is a harder one. So St. Pauli versus Dortmund. Dortmund, who I believe have signed Joe Bellingham, I think, off the top of my head. Left Sunderland to go. So, John, are you secretly Googling where they are? This is the start of the Bundesliga.
I have no idea. I honestly don't know.
So St. Pauli versus Dortmund.
Yeah, so I'm saying 3-0 to Dortmund.
Okay, away win. Ben?
I honestly have no idea where St. Pauli are. I'm gonna go 1-1.
Oh, an opening draw for them, and I will go 2-1 to Dortmund. So this one you'll be good at, Ben. We'll come to you last then. So, John, the mighty Swindon Town versus the Shrews.
Yeah, so I checked this. I had to check this because honestly, I mean, this is so far I'm actually enjoying learning about all the football clubs. But I also learned something new. I learned there's 24 teams in League Two.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's a long old season.
It's a long season. It's a lot of games.
yeah, and I saw Shrewsbury Town was 23rd on the 24 list, which gave me good hopes for Swindon Town, especially Go Robin, right? But Ben actually didn't agree too much with me. So this is hard. Do I disappoint our guest on the show, or do I? Well, I can't probably disappoint anyone from Shrewsbury Town. Although, if you guys have a great story, we gladly have you on the show. I'm going to go with a whopping 2-1 victory for your team, Ben.
Okay.
2-1 to Swindon.
I will go the same, John. I'm actually going to go 2-1 as well. I thought 2-1. I know that Swindon didn't have a great result through the week, and Shrewsbury are currently getting beat 2-1 at the moment. So, Ben, over to you. You're our expert. You must get this one right.
Oh, God. Well, I was a little bit confident, but I think we may have just lost our best player, potentially for the season. So I'm not entirely too sure anymore. It's STFC against STFC as well. Just a little fact. I'm going to go... we love a close game, and we love a terrible start and a good finish. But I'm gonna go 1-0 Swindon, I think.
Well, that will be an exciting game.
Yeah.
Goals are plenty. Yeah, if you're looking for goals, guys, check out Swindon versus Shrewsbury Town, because Ben says 1-0. The thing is, a win's a win, isn't it, my friend? You'll take that win, won't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, I've seen worse games. We've scraped one over a line last minute. I'll absolutely take it. Yeah, Holloway likes to claim that we play attacking football, but I haven't seen it so far this season just yet. So we always tend to win by like 1 or lose by 1. So yeah, I'll go 1. I'll go 1-0. Good start, and then 70 minutes of pure torture, I think.
Thank you for your prediction. Very much looking forward to seeing how this impacts. Normally, we also would predict our teams, Chris, but my team isn't playing this weekend. What about Rangers?
Well, as much as I wish as my team wasn't playing this weekend, I believe we're playing it Sunday, 12 o'clock in Paisley against St Mirren. And if I was being honest with you, I think it'll end a draw.
It will end a draw. Oh, got to keep that going, though. Ben, thank you very much. Do you want to give a shout out to someone or drop any mentions to your socials or anything like that?
I just want to say best of luck to Harry Smith, our striker. I think he suffered a bit of a nasty injury last night, and he is really crucial for us. And we just, apparently, so say, just turned down a big bid for him as well. So it's really sad to see him sort of in that way, nearly getting stretched off the pitch. Luckily, he got up and managed to walk off, but it didn't look good. But yeah, a shout out to him, I guess. Hope best of luck with your recovery. Hopefully, it's good news. And yeah, I'm not too clued up on the old social games so far, so I don't know my handles or anything.
We'll see if we can figure that one out. This is the big difference between these clubs and our clubs, Chris. When our striker gets injured, we're like, what a dot. Please. No, you don't have anything to him. When a striker gets injured at Swindon Town, they're like, best of luck. I hope it's a good recovery. It is actually a little bit better. A bit difference. I'm not going to say anything bad about Dessers, though, but that I'll leave up to you. I'll probably discuss that with you coming season ago, I think.
Definitely.
All right, thank you so much. That leaves us with one thing left to do, but it's not to drop it, Chris. I'm so sorry, but it is time for the final whistle. This was our first episode. Thank you very much. And if you are from Swindon Town FC and you're watching the show, send me one of those Robin shirts. We'll probably hang it up in the studio or make some kid really happy with it. See you around. See you next week, guys. Bye-bye.